Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C Pims here. Um, Needless to say, as you guys have noticed, I haven't uploaded in a few weeks. Mainly because obviously the holidays and all that stuff, and my birthday was actually on the 28th, 3 days after Christmas, so didn't do anything there besides just hang out, kind of chill. Didn't film, as you guys haven't seen any content out from me lately. Haven't filmed anything. Haven't even picked up my camera at all. So, but yeah. Besides that, hopefully everyone had a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed time with family and so on and so forth. And also, Happy New Year to everybody. This is gonna be the first video of the new year, 2019. I'm pretty excited to see what's in store for the channel and see kind of what I can make happen. So, well, today's video we're gonna be working on the Maxima. Ran into an issue with it. Needless to say, I think my radiator's busted. I don't know where it's leaking from or whatever, but I realized I had a bunch of white shit all over my engine bay, and I couldn't really figure out what it was, but I cleaned it one time, and then I just checked it today, and I had more white shit all over it. And I actually popped the hood after I drove it, and I freaking noticed coolant leaking out of the top of the radiator. So, needless to say, we're going to be replacing the radiator today. I got a new radiator from AutoZone. I'm not going to get an aluminum one and all that, just because right now, I can't wait for, shipping and all that crap for it to get here. As much as I would like to have put an aluminum radiator in, it would be awesome, but I'm not doing that. Just went to AutoZone, picked one up. So, yeah. Without further ado, let me go ahead and pretty much jump right into this video and kind of go through the steps. I'm going to try and film as much as possible, but I know it's going to get messy, so there might be some left out parts. But I'm going to kind of give you guys a brief kind of explanation / overview of what we're going to be doing. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, you guys, let me go ahead and show you kind of what I was talking about, where I saw white shit everywhere all over my engine bay. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So what I mean by white shit all over my engine bay, all of this stuff, all over these hoses. And right over here too on my battery, all this white stuff. And I couldn't figure out what it was until actually this morning. And as you can see, well, actually you probably can't see very well. So you probably couldn't see it very well, but you saw mainly the white stuff all over the hoses and everything. I showed you the reservoir. I checked that this morning too after I saw coolant actually coming out of the top of the radiator, and sure as shit, I have no coolant in there, so which is not good. Honestly, I don't know how long this has been going on either. I noticed the white stuff I think sometime last week. I had noticed it. I had cleaned it, and I was like, oh, maybe when I washed my car, maybe some water seeped in, but I was like, wait a minute. So then saw it again today and saw the coolant actually spilling out of the top of the radiator. So yeah, definitely not good, because obviously you don't want to overheat your motor. Alright, you guys, well, as you can see, I'm on the ground here. I have the car all jacked up and everything. I've already removed the plastic trim pieces that are covering underneath the radiator. Already removed those. Pretty self-explanatory, just a bunch of clips and some bolts that go into the kind of the bumper assembly part, I guess you could say. So done that. Let me go ahead and show you guys where the drain plug is. So right here, as you can see, it's in focus actually. I'm wearing gloves, but as you can see right here, here's your drain plug. Okay, so as you can see, there's your drain plug. What you're gonna need to run the drain plug out is just a Phillips head screwdriver. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do with this is we're gonna drain everything first, and then after that I'm gonna pull all the hoses off from the bottom, and then we'll work our way to the top and disconnect everything up there, and then we're gonna have to move on obviously all throughout the rest of the process. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and get this thing to start draining, and we'll go on from there, and I'll update you guys along the way. Alright guys, well, while I'm waiting for this thing to drain, thought I'd give you guys kind of a tip with that will help when you're draining or when you're laying this drain. So you can undo, obviously, the drain plug. You undo the drain plug and it goes out kind of slow. So if you want it to drain a little faster, what you can do is pop off the top radiator cap, pop that off, and the air will help push all the fluid down and it'll help it drain a little quicker. So just kind of want to give you guys a quick tip with that. Alright you guys, well, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update here. As you guys saw in the previous footage, I started taking off some of the stuff on top of the radiator. Reason being, kind of get ahead of it while the coolant was draining. So as you guys saw, I took off the coolant overflow along with the hose that connects to it. Then I took off the kind of the main radiator hose up top, I guess you could say, from the engine or from the block, and then yeah, and then also I took off the radiator bushings and the mounts for that. Took those off. Those are pretty clapped out. I'm actually gonna have to get some new ones. But yeah, so that was the footage you guys saw previously. So yeah, now I'm gonna go underneath the car and disconnect. There's 3 hoses total, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect those. I'll try and show you guys if I don't end up showing you guys, just because it's kind of hard to film underneath the car and all that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and keep it rolling. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try and show you guys the 3 hoses we're gonna be taking off. So I'm gonna go from the left and work my way to the right. Gonna go ahead and do that. Let me show you guys. Okay, so right here, here's the first hose, a little small hose. Gotta undo the hose clamp with a flathead, then work our way over to the other side of the jack up point, and right here, here's another small hose. Then we're gonna have to take some channel locks and remove that hose clamp. Gonna have to do that. And then here's a little bit of a bigger radiator hose on the bottom, right here next to the drain hole. Gonna use a flathead to take the hose clamp off of that. So gonna go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and try and film that as stated before. I know it's kind of weird, I'm filming on the ground, but I'm already here, so I don't feel like getting up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. I'll try and film it, but those are the 3 hoses we're gonna be taking off. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'll update you guys when we're done with that. Whew. Well, you guys, the radiator's out after it being a pain in the ass with those lower hoses. Definitely finally got it out. The last 3 hoses, actually the first 2 I took off were not bad at all. Throw some WD-40 in between them, or in between the hoses and where it connects, and they came off pretty good. But this last one man, it was a smaller hose, and I sprayed so much WD-40 in there, and it took forever to get off. Just me sitting there trying to pry it and pry it. Mainly just trying to pull it, because if I'm trying to pry it, I don't want to rip the hose. So yeah, but anyways, radiator is out, and I have a mess down below, as you can see, but we got the radiator out, which is good. So we got the radiator out over here, and here's the old radiator. So where it was hard is, I think it was this middle guy right here. Man, what a pain in the ass. But got everything off, got all the bushings out. Now what I got to do is take off this fan assembly, get that off, put it on the new one, hook everything up to the new one as far as all the electrical with the fans and everything, get all that situated, and then go ahead and pretty much just put everything back together. What I'm gonna do now is pop off the fans on the radiator. So all you need is a 10mm socket. There's two, or you could use a Phillips head screwdriver, but I decided to use a socket. So I'm gonna use 10mm socket. We're gonna zip these off here on the top. One there, one here, and then there's just like a frame with two kind of plastic, I don't know what you call them, like bibs or whatever, I guess, holding it in on the bottom. And just like that, the fans are off of the old radiator. Now all I got to do is grab the new radiator and hook the fans back up to that using those two screws. They're actually screws that run into the top, and then the bottom just slid right out. We're going to put those two screws back with this, and then, like I said, hook everything back up and just repeat, kind of reverse the process basically. So let's get it rolling. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Well, it's been quite a while since I last checked in with you guys, but everything's all put back together. I got the radiator in, all the bushings are mounted up, all the hoses are connected, I got the overflow tank connected, got the hose from the overflow tank running to the radiator. I got everything all buttoned up and ready to go. Now the only thing we got to do is put in the new coolant, and then we're gonna have to burp the system and do all that jazz. So yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. That's pretty self-explanatory. All you gotta do is have a funnel or whatever, and then just dump all the coolant in until it fills to the top, and then go on from there. And then I think maybe put a little bit in my overflow tank. I'll see what happens once I pour some in the actual radiator itself, and once it gets to up to the top, and then pretty much start it up, and like I said, burp out all the air bubbles and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. I'll probably just show me filling in the coolant into the radiator. But yeah, other than that, it should, fingers crossed, it should go smoothly once I start it. Hopefully there's no leaks. If there is, then I gotta trace all that, and yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to that, and then I'll update you guys once we get to burping the system and all that. So catch you guys in a bit. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, as you can see, I didn't film an outro for this video. It's actually the next day. Mainly just wanted to get everything done and squared away before it got dark, and actually kind of perfect timing, I guess you could say. It actually started getting dark once I started cleaning everything up. So yeah, it was kind of like perfect timing basically. But yeah, as of right now, the car's running great. I have no issues. I have no leaks underneath. I have no leaks up top. I burped the system and everything last night, and the coolant temperature on my gauge cluster is staying in the middle. The needle's staying in the middle where it should be, which is a huge sigh of relief for me, because that means that hopefully me burping the system and all that went well, because I have no overheating issues, obviously, since the needle is staying in the middle. That's awesome. That's good news. I drove it earlier how I usually drive it, and cars responded well. I mean, as of now, I have no issues. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it stays that way. And yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please go ahead, smash that thumbs up button for me. It really helps me out. Lets me know what you guys are enjoying on the channel. Also, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below too. Also, along with doing that, hit the post notifications bell so you can get all the notifications for when I post a new video. And feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of the video and all that. Also, check out my social medias in the description below. Personal Instagram, automotive photography Instagram. Go ahead, check those out. And yeah, guys, without further ado, it's your boy C Pims. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.